Welcome to the With You Rugby podcast, designed to give you an in-depth look at the United States Rugby Foundation, including our grant programs and recipients, fundraisers, events, and much more. Now let's get started.
Hello, and welcome back to another With You podcast from the U.S. Rugby Foundation. As we do every summer, we try to get to know our class of 2025 for the Hall of Fame a little bit better. That includes all the inductees and all the special award winners. I have a very special award winner with me today, and he is one of the recipients of the Presmac Award, which is near and dear to my heart and truly a great honor as far as a collegiate player goes here in the United States. We will be honoring Manu Taula along with many others this July on a big rugby weekend in the United States, where July 17th is the USA Rugby's 50th birthday. And then on Friday, July 18th, is the U.S. Rugby Foundation Hall of Fame ceremony. Big night for Manu. And then on the 19th, the Saturday, both the men's Eagles and the women's Eagles play. The men's Eagles will be playing England, and the women's Eagles will be playing Fiji, all in Washington, D.C. The main place to be is the Mayflower Hotel. That's where we have our Hall of Fame ceremony, and that's where we're going to be celebrating Manu Taula. So, Manu, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, my friend. The Presmac Award. It is started a few years ago, and it's given to the Collegiate Sevens Player of the Year. It's kind of what we like to call our Heisman Trophy in the Sevens rugby. It's the player that represents, he expresses himself. He's a great player. He's a team player. He's everything that you want in a rugby person as well as a rugby player. And congratulations, you were selected as the male recipient that year.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. So you were playing with St Bonaventure when you got this award. What year are you at St Bonaventure?
Currently right now I'm a junior. So I got one more year.
There you go. One more year and the real world starts.
Yes, sir.
So you're a bit somewhat unusual in the American rugby landscape. You weren't born here. You were born in New Zealand.
Yes, sir.
Did you grow up playing rugby?
Yes, sir. I first started playing. I got introduced to rugby around 6 years old, but I watched my father play rugby throughout my years. So that's my inspiration.
It's a religion. Where in New Zealand?
Auckland, New Zealand.
And Auckland, the big city. There you
go.
So were you a Blues fan growing up?
Yes, sir. Hopefully we could win it this year again.
Yeah.
Back to back.
That's it. It's a good time to be a Blues fan right now.
Yes, sir.
So obviously in New Zealand, rugby is religion. I mean, they almost go hand in hand there. You're honored at the Hall of Fame ceremony for your sevens acumen. You played both 15s and sevens, though, growing up, yes?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you prefer one over the other?
I've gotten asked this question a lot, but I think I'll take 15s. I think I'll take that any day, yup. But I wouldn't mind playing sevens as well.
Yeah. What makes the pendulum lean towards 15s as opposed to sevens for you?
I would say just the physicality, and then just I feel like you gotta use your team more during 15, so a more team dynamic setting. So that's why I would like it.
No, that's a great answer. And in a lot of the reports that we received when we were selecting is that was what was brought up about you. Is you were so good at setting everybody up and reading the game and making the correct pass, as opposed to you need a finisher. You always need a finisher, but
exactly.
You need the artist that does everything else well. And that was really where you shined more than everybody else. And so I appreciate that you see that game and you really you know that game, and that probably comes from growing up with the game. It's from 6 years old, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Besides your dad, were there any other players or people that influenced you as you were growing up in New Zealand?
I watched a lot of rugby because I was like forced into it because of my father. He would watch rugby every Saturday night. So I mean, going to players, I think Bundy Aki.
Hmm.
I think he's an inspirational guy because he grew up in New Zealand and then he had to move to Ireland to play. So I
Yeah,
think that'll be a bigger inspiration for me, especially because I play center as well.
yeah.
So
So I'm an old guy. I'm in the Frank Bunt era of New
yeah.
Zealand rugby. But do you emulate your idol there as a player, or have you found your own style? And what would that be if you have?
I think my style of rugby is it's just like you said. I like to create space for my teammates. So I think I found more joy in setting up my teammates than me scoring a try or me having the shine. I guess you could say. So
Yeah. No, great. That's fantastic. I was a winger growing up, so I always loved the center that wanted to pass the ball out.
yeah.
Set him up all day long. So you're in New Zealand. You're going to school there. Did you play when you played? Was it a school team or was it a club team or a combination of both?
Yeah, so during my I would say 10th grade. In
Hmm.
10th grade in New Zealand, I was playing high school rugby, and then I got the opportunity from my uncle. I got a call from my uncle if I wanted to move to America and see, the opportunities that I would get here. So I said, why not? And I took the flight and left.
Hey, that's a big step for a young kid. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's not an easy thing to do. So coming to America, was it more the educational goals for you and playing rugby, or was it rugby and then I can also get an education? Was one thing leading the other?
Yeah, so I always knew that I would have rugby. But I knew the bigger goal, the end goal was to just finish my education. So when I first came, I wanted to go to college. I wanted to get my diploma. So that was my bigger goal, just to finish school.
Oh, that's fantastic. And so you fly halfway around the world. Wow. Um, you probably were you ever homesick? Did that ever, how often do you speak back with your family?
Yeah, those first 2 years were really rough because I was 15, 16 years old. So not having my mom, not having my sister to annoy. So it was really hard for me. But I call them every weekend because the time difference is hard. So during the
Yeah.
week, my parents and them are working. We're working during the week, so every now and then I like to call them, give them a call, see what they're doing.
So you're living with your uncle and your auntie. Did you find somebody to annoy with them?
No, they don't have any kids, so I get to annoy them every day.
Well, I'm sure they're happy to be annoyed by you. That keeps the family tight. It keeps the family tight. Um, I apologize. Did you say you had brothers? You had a sister. That's who you annoyed. Any
Yeah,
brothers at all?
yeah. I have a little brother and then an older brother.
Okay. Were you guys all running around as youngsters playing the game as well?
Yeah, my older brother, he's still playing rugby right now too. My little brother, he passed away, so my
Oh,
mom had a miscarriage,
okay.
so that was good to see. But my little sister played rugby and then she got injured, so she stopped playing after her injury.
Oh, is she ever gonna get back into it?
No, she said she's just gonna look for a job.
Hey, there you go. Where does your brother play?
He plays in Oakland, a club in
Okay,
Oakland.
there we
Yeah,
go. We're gonna see him play for the Blues one day, along with you.
hopefully.
Oh, that would be great. So you're with your uncle and auntie. You're here in America. Was St Bonaventure always the college you wanted to get to, or did you find St Bonaventure? How did that happen?
So after my senior year of high school, I went through the recruiting process. It was pretty slow for me because I didn't really know what I wanted to do.
Hmm.
I got calls from a couple schools. Kutztown called me first, and
Yeah.
my mind was set with that. And then I got a call from Tui Osborne. I'm sure you know him.
Oh yeah.
He gave me a call, and I got on a flight, came to St Bonaventure for a weekend, and I was sold. I told him I was committed that day, and then I
Oh,
left.
that's great. Yeah, I mean, Kutztown is a great university as well. Tui, very
Yeah.
longtime friend of mine, and
Yes,
just
sir.
a great person as well.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he was glad that Glad that you said yes on that.
Yeah.
So you go down to St Bonaventure's. That's a big step for any kid, whether you grew up in America or not. Go that transition from high school to college is huge. Now you had a little difference because you were already away from your family, so to
Yeah.
speak. But how was that transition? You're on your own, almost essentially. How was that for you?
Yeah, so moving to from New Zealand, I moved to California with my aunt and my uncle.
Oh,
So
okay.
I went to high school over there in California, and then having to move again and separating myself again, it was a big step, but I knew I had to be independent, I guess you could say. And then those first 2 years of college was pretty rough, and then I figured it out eventually. So
Oh, that's great. Where in California? I apologize. I thought your aunts and uncle were on the East Coast.
no,
So
they were from Long Beach, California.
there you go.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's fantastic. So you go from almost paradise
And then
so
to the snow.
into this exactly. Um, so the Tui, he's a great person. Did he kind
Yeah,
of take you under the
amazing.
wing a little bit because he understood your circumstances of, being really far away?
Yeah, Tui, me and Tui had a like an uncle nephew kind of connection, so it was
Yeah,
good to have him. Just coming to school and then having to know him like just outside of rugby, having to go to his house, having to talk to him. It was that uncle nephew connection, so it was
yeah.
pretty close.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I bet your whole family was probably happy that you were able to connect with somebody like Tui.
Exactly.
You
Yep.
can relate to him, pretty well, I would imagine. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, that's good. Um, so it took a few years, as it does for most every student, to kind of
Right.
get it right. But you've gotten it right. Um, so you're gonna probably graduate in the next year and a half, 2 years, things like that. And so, what would be next for Manu Taula? What after graduation? What happens?
I told Coach Danny Neighbor, he's our head coach right now. I told him since I came back to rugby that my goal is to just go to Europe. That's always been my goal, go play rugby out there. But if I get the opportunity to play in the MLR and stay in the US, I wouldn't mind that too. So
Right.
it will just be a blessing to take any opportunity that comes my way.
No, that's fantastic. And do you do extra trainings and workouts because you have this goal ahead of you?
Yeah, my uncle Tony, who I stay with right now, we work out every morning, and then he pushes me to go after trainings as well. So it's good to have a mentor like him, just to push me every day.
It is. It is. Rugby for many people is Tuesday, Thursday training, play on Saturday, and that's great. For
Yeah, exactly.
95% of the people, that's great, and that's all their body wants to have happen. But
Right.
it seems like you've got that desire, and you understand that to get the best out of yourself, it's all the non-training hours that
Yeah,
are
behind the
very
scenes.
important. Yeah. So um, when I was growing up, we didn't have the sports science that we have today.
Right.
It's really taken leaps and bounds. Are you Have you taken advantage of like a specific diet and then specific workouts to work on specific aspects of your game?
Right now it's just looking through YouTube or just using my uncle. He played rugby growing up as well,
Yeah.
so asking him if we could do extra work, if we could go kicking, if we could practice our passing. I think just getting down the fundamentals. I think at this age we're at right now, before we move on to that next step, will take me further than I know.
Yeah, no, that's right. The fundamentals never go away.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
see it at the international level all the time when that simple pass that someone misses. How do they miss it? Well, you got to work on
Yeah.
it all the time.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. What do you miss most about New Zealand besides your family? Besides your family?
I would say the meat pies. If you haven't heard about the
Oh
meat
yeah,
pies, you gotta try it.
I love the meat pies.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, that's funny. So yeah, if you can't find any meat pies where you're at right now, or nothing proper.
Nah, yeah, I have not. Not the same.
No, well, they've got a few places in Long Beach that I think have got them out here. You'll have to
Yeah.
have your uncle send some out. um, have you been to many Major League Rugby games or seen any of that higher level rugby that's here in the United States?
Yeah, so while I was in California, I had the opportunity to play with the RFCLA Academy. So
Oh,
I got yeah, they gave out free tickets to the academy team. So I got the opportunity to go even be a ball boy during one of their games. So it was good to just have that vision just, in front of me and have that goal. So it
yeah,
was good. Good competition as well.
yeah.
Hopefully I could get go see the Free Jacks. So
There you go. There you go.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you're on the sideline as a ball player, you really feel the hits.
Yeah.
It just goes. Religion, I think, is also important to you. Uh, does that? How is that incorporated in how you train? Does it help you stay humble, and then push yourself? Do you use your religion to help yourself in that regard?
Yeah, so I went to church growing up as a kid. My mom always took us to church, 9 a.m. church. So I feel like just having somebody higher than me to just humble me every day and just to give me I guess a reason why I should wake up and do this, why I should go to training, why I should push myself that extra more every day. So yeah, God does play a huge role. So
Good. All right. No, that's fantastic. Okay, so yes, you graduate, you go play in Europe, everything's happening for you, and now you have a choice. Are you going to play for the Eagles or are you going to play for the All Blacks?
Ah, that's a hard question.
How about
That
that
is
one?
a hard question. I mean, growing up in New Zealand and watching all the All Blacks games, it's always been a dream as a kid
Yeah.
to put on that black jersey. So I would have to go with the All Blacks.
Yay, that's an honest answer. That's all we can ask for is an honest answer. Do you every athlete has an expiration date, as they say.
Yeah.
What would you want to do after rugby? Is coaching something that's in your blood at all, um, or is there other aspects of life that you really want to pursue, business or anything like that?
Yeah, so right now I'm studying business management. So
Okay.
after rugby, whenever that is, hopefully that's not soon, but
Right.
I'm trying to learn how to do real estate, so hopefully that could go a long way. So after rugby, I have, that plan B to fall back onto if rugby doesn't work out.
No, that's great. And, real estate is, that's also something you can kind of almost do while playing rugby if you're still doing your club ball or and all this,
Exactly.
because you can make your own hours there. So that would be, you've got to explain when you're doing an open house why you have two black eyes, but it's a good conversation starter. Yeah.
Exactly.
So when you're in your real estate, you're very successful with your real estate business and you have your sign there where you're sitting like this, like, do we have them?
Two black guys.
There we go. It could be like, I'll fight for your best price or something like this.
And I might use that for my motto.
Yeah, there you go. We've got it all figured out here for you. Oh, that's funny. Um, so we've covered the future, we've covered the past. Anything else that we need to know as a potential Manu fan going forward that drives you? What quirks do you have in your game? Do you have any pregame things that you do that no one else does, type of thing? How do you prepare?
During games, I like to just stay calm. I like the music. I like to
Yeah.
just be around my teammates. If I'm by myself, then something's wrong. So having my teammates just beside me and just waking me up, not having me just lose mind of what day it is and what's going on that day. So I don't have too nothing fancy for game rituals.
Yeah.
Maybe just prayer before games, but
There you go.
that's about it.
Yeah, no, that's it's whatever gets you going. I had a song that I always sung in my head just as I was going on to the pitch, and
Yeah.
that was what drove me. So it's everyone's individual and unique in that manner.
Right.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, we've gotten to know you a bit better here, Manu. Um,
Yes, sir.
in about 7 weeks, I'm going to get to know you even more.
Yes,
And
sir.
we'll be seeing you in July. Again, for everybody out there, July 17 is the USA 50th anniversary. And then July 18 on the Friday at the Mayflower Hotel in Washington, D.C. is the Hall of Fame ceremony. Manu, among many others in the class of 2025, are going to be honored. And then on the 19th, the big doubleheader, England men, Fiji women. It's just not only the eyes of America are going to be focused on Washington, D.C., but the eyes of the world will be there. Many of the World Rugby representatives will be there. So a lot of people are going to hear your name, Manu, and hopefully it leads to a great career.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, sir.